Your mind is more powerful than you think. In fact, it might be limitless. There's almost nothing you can't do once you learn how to control it. Sounds crazy? Then explain this. How can Shaolin Kung Fu monks break hard objects with their heads, walk on fire, or step on glass without fear? If reality was fixed and rigid, none of that should be possible. So, what's really going on? Maybe reality isn't as solid as we think. Maybe it's mental. Think about this. Pain is not always physical. A big part of it is created in your mind. And once you understand that, everything starts to change. Let me give you a simple example. Cold showers. At first, they feel unbearable. Your body shakes, you tense up, and you just want to get out. But one day, something clicks. You realize, this is just a feeling. You've been taught that cold equals pain, so your mind reacts that way. But what if you change that idea? What if you decide it's not pain? The moment you shift your perception, the experience changes. Same water, different mind. That's the power you have. Now here's the key idea. Your reality is shaped by three things: how you think, how you feel, and how you act. Change these, and your life starts to change. Let's go deeper. At the core of everything, there is energy. Everything. Money, success, relationships, even your own body. It's all energy, and energy doesn't disappear. It just changes form. So what does that mean? It means what you want already exists in some form. The only difference is how it shows up. Some things are physical and slow, others are invisible and fast. That's why you can't see everything around you. There's more happening than your senses can detect. And this is why monks and mystics seem different. Through practice, they reach higher states of awareness. And from the outside, it looks like magic. But it's not magic, it's control. Now let's bring it back to you. Where does every experience happen? In your mind. When you see something, it's processed in your mind. When you feel emotions, they exist in your mind. Joy, love, fear, all of it. Everything starts there. And don't confuse this with the brain. The brain is physical, the mind is deeper. Think of the brain like a device, and the mind like the signal. If the device breaks, the signal is still there. Once you truly understand this, life starts to feel different, more flexible, almost like a dream you can influence. But here's where most people go wrong. They hear ideas like this, watch movies like The Secret, and try to force belief. They repeat things without really understanding them, and it doesn't work. Why? Because real change comes from understanding, not blind belief. You have to think, reflect, and connect it to your own life. Only then does it become real. Only then do you start being careful about your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. Without that depth, it's just empty information. And that's why so many people know these ideas, but still struggle. Now let's talk about something important: energy. If everything is energy, then your personal energy matters a lot. And this is where retention comes in. When you keep your energy, you gain more control over your mind. And when you control your mind, you influence your reality. Think about it. Many monks and spiritual teachers live with discipline. Some are even celibate. Why? Because they understand something most people ignore. Your sexual energy is powerful. It creates life. So when you keep it, it doesn't just disappear. It moves, it builds, it pushes you upward. You feel more focused, more driven, more alive. But when you waste it, you feel tired, unmotivated, drained. You lose that edge. And without energy, you can't grow. You can't create anything meaningful. Think about a time you felt exhausted. You didn't want to do anything. Now imagine trying to build a better life in that state. It's impossible. That's why retention matters. It's not just a habit, it's a foundation. You can study mindset all day, but if you can't control your energy, you can't control your mind. And if you can't control your mind, you can't control your life. It's that simple. So in the end, you have a choice. You can keep chasing short-term pleasure, or you can build something bigger, something lasting. Because if you truly want to grow, if you want to create a legacy, you need that energy within you. Not wasted, but mastered.